Okay, so today we are going to talk about goals as a team. So essentially, you want to have a full team goal. Obviously, if you're running for rank, you essentially, need to help your team get to their goals for you to meet your goals, right? Especially when you're running for big ranks. Yes, 4K, 12K essentially can be done by yourselves, but 40, 80, 200K, you need a team, a strong team to do that. So one thing that I recommend is, working with your team to see where their goals are. I know one thing for me that I do every single month is I focus on my team as a whole and what their goals are that month. Like that month specific, what are their goals? Yes, we talk about yearly goals, but that month I need to know what we're working for. So I have this board. Let me see if I can grab it without knocking everything off. That I do, and I kind of do it like in tree form. So like I know who essentially is under who if it's not my level one. So this is my board. And every month at the very beginning of the month, I make my team shout out what rank they are running for that month. Because essentially that is your first goal that you should have as a team is you need to know what ranks you guys are working for. So I have my team shouted out and then it goes to my board on a sticky. My level ones, I typically work one-on-one with my level ones, during the week to help them reach their goals. Now I do have some level 2 and 3s that I do, work with too one-on-one, but essentially I'm not stepping on their upline's toes. They have an upline, they know if they need help from me, they can reach out and I'm obviously still going to help them. But essentially my level ones, I plug in with them, game plan with them, and then boom, they trickle that down to their down line to their leaders so that they can trickle that to their team. Don't go down. So essentially that's my first step. I need everybody's goals on my board. What are you working for? Because those people that shout their goals out, I know that those are the people that I need to run with. Those are the people that are truly working to get to their goals. Hey, please sit down before I spank you. Sorry, this is what working from home looks like with your kid. Essentially, if they shout their goals out, they're probably serious about them, so you need to take what your team says just as serious as if this is your goal. My team's goal is my goal because essentially I want my team to be successful, and with that, I'm here to help them do that. So that's my first thing. Everybody's name goes on my board. Second, my planner. I have a goal section in my planner. I write out, I have this open space right here. I write out what I'm going to do for my team to help them reach their goals. These are not my personal goals. My personal goals I have on this side. This is team strategy. Like, what am I going to do? So for instance, I have team Zooms, team lunch, like face-to-face gathering. I have power hours. Anything that I feel is successful for me, I'm going to, bring that down to my team. Also, with, getting internet back in soon, I put on there, one-on-ones with my team. I love doing one-on-ones with my girls and working with them one-on-one outside of the team to know, game plan, all that stuff. That is what I find most important for your team as a whole. And that's just kind of like what I do. I work on my board every month. I use it weekly. It sits on my desk. So it's a reminder that I can look at. I dig in my cloud office and I look to see, okay, for instance, Erin, 12K. I go and I'm looking at her numbers to see where she's at, what I can do to help her get closer to her goal. If she's on track, if we're in the beginning of the month or whatever it is, that I can do to help, that's what I do. So my team board is my number one strategy, like reminder every single day. These are my team's goals. What can you do as a leader to help them get there? What do you have to offer to better serve them? Dakota, you have anything you want to add to that? Any input, that can maybe help?
Yeah, so basically what you said, from somebody who doesn't really have a team, I have people, but they're not really running. So a lot of times it's just staying focused and trying to maybe keep your, you know, your customers like thriving for free. That way, like you're still getting new people, and you're just kind of like showing up, being a leader, and maybe like they'll follow the leader kind of a thing. And um, I like the idea of what you said with like doing like hosting a gathering, something fun, because a lot of times we can be so serious about, you know, what our goals are, what the team goals are, and trying to, you know, move up. Sometimes like we forget to like have fun and do like things together face to face, because sometimes people just need that extra like face to face time instead of like, you know, Zooms or just being home and they get like sidetracked. It's nice to just like be together and just doing something together. And then maybe they are like, oh yeah, this is pretty easy. But yeah, from somebody that doesn't really have a team, just keeping like the VIP mindset and just keep being consistent with whatever you're doing, because you'll eventually find your unicorn. I have one person under me that's like really running. The rest are like a customer who loved her Thrive and just switched to promoter whenever I hit 12K. And she'll ask me like here and there questions, but I'm constantly like reaching out to her at least like twice a week, like, hey, you know, how are you doing today? Has anyone like mentioned anything to you about it? Are you like wearing your black label so people can see it? Like things like that. I'll, you know, talk to her about whether she, you know, is going slow or fast or whatever. But sometimes like those like one-on-one talks with them can kind of make them feel like you're still connected with them, and maybe it will get them going. I mean, it took me like a year. So you just got to have patience for like the ones that aren't really running as fast, but just find your unicorn. And I don't know, maybe talk to customers as well that has been thriving for so long with you, and turn it into a conversation like, hey, you know, you've been thriving with me for like 4 months, you know, an auto ship customer that, you know, loves her Thrive. Have you ever thought about promoting? Like somebody who's been with you for so long on your journey could be like a really good promoter as well. And using the incentives right now with the rank advancement is like a perfect opportunity, I think, for that. So losing an auto ship customer for maybe a unicorn promoter, I think I would risk it, because you can always get another auto ship customer. So that's what I really have. I don't have too much.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I love, you know, the whole VIP mindset. That's one thing that I do whenever we are working on our goals. And whenever I do, you know, do offer the one-on-one training with my girls, that's one thing that I always, you know, like try to tell them to implement, to stay in that VIP mindset. You always want to add, you know, 4 new promoters, 4 new customers every single month. And then, you know, help them do the same thing. Help your people thrive for free. Essentially, you know, that is going to help your promoter get to the goal that they're starting to get to. So that's, oh, you okay? That's one thing, you know, that has helped me stay on track and, you know, not lose anybody in the midst of growing or, you know, getting bigger, is my board. I try to stay on track with it every single month. I want to know my girls' goals, and I'm doing everything I can, you know, in my power to help them get there, as long as, you know, they're putting in the work too. So if you don't have a board or a space in your calendar or somewhere that you look at every single day, to be able to do that for your team, I suggest getting something. It doesn't have to be a board. It can, you know, just be stickies on your wall, whatever. But get a board, get your team to shout out their goals and write them down. If you don't have a team yet, get a board, put your name and put your goals. Like if you're trying to work to get your promoters, then put that down. Put your name and what rank you want to go for, and put, you want to have these many new promoters. You want to have this many these new customers. Work on yourself, and then when you get promoters, you will already have the mindset of, hey, my board, like you got to be added to my board. So stay in VIP mindset, stay, you know, have your board where you can see it. And if it doesn't work for you, then it doesn't work for you, but I would at least try it. It's something that you look at every day. It's something that's going to remind you, hey, my girls are running for this, or hey, I'm running for this and I need to build a team, or, you know, whatever it is. So if you don't have a board, get a board, get your team to shout out their goals, and, you know, start working with them one-on-one, because like I said, essentially having your team meet their goals are going to help you get to the goal that you're reaching to. If
So
oh,
Chip,
go ahead.
Danny she broke down like the numbers of like if you're running for 12K. I'm not really sure if she put like the other ranks, but I know for 12K I've seen she broke down like how many people you need to be able to reach to 12K. Oh my goodness, I can't talk. So maybe go on there and try to find that. That way you can write that down. Like I'm pretty sure 12K was 26 people. So you can always go back there and break it down like that. Like, okay, I need, 4 people to get the 12K auto bonus. So find, your 4 people who you think that you could really run with and start from there. And then of course, your VIP, the 2 auto ships and then 2 promoters. So maybe break it down into simple things as well. So that's an idea.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that. I always try to break, big goals down into small goals and work that way, because it's not so overwhelming. But anyways, that's homework for today. Go ahead, get your board, get your team to shout out their goals, put it, in front of you where you can look at it. Like I said, if you don't have a goal, put yours on there, and start working with your goals. And essentially you're going to end up having a team to put on your goals. Next week I think that we may go into the weekly plans, weekly goals, how we break our planners down weekly. So if you did not get your planner like we suggested last week, essentially this week would probably be a good week to do that, because we're going to start getting into the nitty-gritty of actually goal setting and planning in your planner. I'm excited. We have a lot of things that we're going to work on together for you guys to plan out the rest of January. So come prepared, get your stuff, and we're actually going to do like hands-on working. We'll do it together on the Zoom. So I hope you guys have a fabulous Friday. Good weekend. Dakota, if you don't have anything, I'll go ahead and all right, y'all have a good day.
Thank you guys.